Welcome to another vlog from the way we saw it, today from Sevilla. So we left the capital of Madrid, the capital of Spain. We left Madrid and we drove down here with the fast train. It's around 2.5 hours from Madrid and it was around 25 euros. So if you book in advance, you can get a reasonable price. And we are here in this hotel called H10 ACCOMMODATION. It's a beautiful hotel. I can really recommend it. We don't have any agreement with them, but it's beautiful. And now we will explore the city a little bit. It's almost 7 in the evening, time for the sunset, and we will look for some tapas and some drinks.
Not far from the Flamenco Museum, there is a ice cream parlor called La Abuela, and they have a huge selection of ice cream.
So our stroll through the city starts from the Parasol, the Metropol, which means like the umbrella of the city. The locals just call it the mushrooms, las setas. Our hotel is just down here, and from here you have actually a beautiful point to get an overview of the city. And this was built actually in 2011 from a German architect. His name was, or is, Jürgen Meyer Hermann, and it's supposed to be the biggest wooden structure in the world, and it has a height of 30 meters. So good point to get a first overview of the city.
The first evening in Sevilla starts at Alameda de Hercules. This is like a square in the city, a little bit north from the city center, and surrounded by tapas bars, cafes, and places to go out. And we are here at the Al Aljibe restaurant, enjoying some local Arabic-inspired tapas. And this is our first evening in Sevilla. Tomorrow we will continue today and show you what's coming, and it will be this. And it's 9 in the morning the next day. We got up very early this morning because we're staying in a hotel that decided to do some construction work above our room, so there was no possibility to sleep. Anyways, we are here in front of the Cathedral of Sevilla, which is the biggest Gothic cathedral in the world, apparently the third biggest Catholic church in the world, after St. Peter's and St. Paul's in London and St. Peter's in Rome. And this cathedral used to be a mosque in the past. That's why it has this funny square bell tower, which looks very Arabic. And you should actually take a lot of time to visit this place. There's apparently so much to see. So let's start looking. But first, let's have a coffee at De La Tribu Coffee, not far from the cathedral. And this coffee place is only a few minutes away from the cathedral, a very good stop before or after the cathedral. Entrance ticket to the cathedral is €10 per person, and it's better to buy it online. You can find a QR code on the door of the cathedral where you can enter on the website and immediately buy it online. Choose the time and the day you want and pay it online. It's very easy.
up to the Giralda, which is the bell tower of the cathedral, and it has 35 floors actually to walk up, and it's quite interesting because this staircase going up, it's not physically a staircase, it has ramps going up, and the guards were riding up the forces these ramps to get to the top of the tower. The tower was built originally as a minaret, as this has been a mosque before, like Marty told you, and today it's again a church, a cathedral. Cathedral, and behind me you see the major altar, or the main altar, and that's the biggest altar in the world. It took many years to get done, and it has more than 1,000 handcrafted wooden sculptures inside. And in the middle, on the lowest row, there is one which is in silver or silver coated, and that's the Virgin de la Sede, the holy patron of this church, of this cathedral actually.
And behind me you can see the tomb of Cristobal Colon. That's Christopher Columbus, of course, and he traveled a lot during his lifetime, and after his death he traveled from Dominican Republic to Cuba, Havana, and now he's here. And it actually has been proven through DNA test that the bones here are from Christopher Columbus.
The cathedral now, and when you exit the cathedral there's a courtyard with 66 orange trees which give a lot of shade, and it's a beautiful place to relax after all these impressions you get from the cathedral. There's so much to see, so definitely take enough time to visit this, maybe a day, and don't plan too much else to see on that day. And also when you visit the cathedral you can see or take some time to walk around and see all these beautiful decorations from the outside of the cathedral. In many places you can see that it has been a mosque before with all these Arabic elements. It's very beautifully done. So this is it today for us from the Mosque, and now we are heading to the next site.
Behind me you can see the Torre del Oro, which means the Golden Tower. That was a watchtower that was built next to the river of Guadalquivir. That was one of the last buildings that the Muslims built before Sevilla was then conquered back by the Spanish kings. The name comes actually from, the legend says that the name comes from the fact that it was gold plated with golden tiles. The most probable story, however, is that it was used as a stock for gold that was stolen from Mexico and Peru by the conquistadors. And it was built on the 13th century. Today it hosts a small maritime museum, and it has a viewing platform on the top. Monday is supposed to be free. The other days it's about €3.50 to €5 per person, the entrance.
On the way from the Torre del Oro to the Plaza de Espana. We are walking through the Parque Luisa, which is actually quite pleasant because it's, I think, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock.
1:30.
1:30, and it's almost 30 degrees, so it's cool and shady and refreshing. And it's a beautiful park with a lot of vegetation, little stands where you can buy an ice cream and just rest a little bit from your sightseeing tour.
The park also has two museums, the Ethnographic Museum and the Archaeological Museum. We didn't go in because at least the Archaeological Museum is closed, but they're beautiful to look at also from the outside. The Parque de España in Sevilla was built for the Ibero-Spanish exhibition in 1929. It's a very, very kitschy building, but it's pretty impressive, and you have a lot of tiles and Arabic style building here. You can spend easily a few hours here.
After all the sightseeing, we have decided to make a break, and we are now in Las Teresas. It's about 15 minutes walk from Plaza de Espana. And this city is so beautiful. You just stroll through the streets, through the little calles, and everywhere you have something to explore. You have a beautiful balcony, you have a beautiful house, you have a beautiful garden, you have a beautiful courtyard. There's always something to explore just by walking through the city. So we can really, really recommend this city, to visit this city. And we have a break now. Then we will go back to our hotel because it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the temperatures are rising and rising and rising. It's around 35 degrees now. And after this delightful fried baby octopus, which is Marty just preparing, and some jamón ibérico, we will be very dead at sleep and explore more tonight and go for a special sunset point, and probably will close tonight this vlog.
Escape a little bit from the tourist traps from the city center, you can cross the bridge Puente de Triana that brings you to the other side of the river, to the Triana part of the city, which is more popular and more local. Nice places to sit there and have drinks or food. The Puente de Triana is also called the Puente Isabel II, and it crosses the river. And actually the river crossing Sevilla is called Guadalquivir. The part that the bridge here crosses is actually a canal that is going a little bit off the Guadalquivir river, and the canal is called Alonso II. I am standing here at the bank of the Canal Alonso II in front of the monument for the tolerance.
After the sunset stroll at the Guadalquivir, we have decided to grab some food, have some dinner, and we are now at the Viejo, which means like the old dog, and that's a little bit how we are feeling now after exploring beautiful Sevilla. and we just ordered a margarita, which is actually not so good, but it's our mistake. You shouldn't order a margarita when you come from Mexico. You shouldn't drink it maybe in Sevilla. This restaurant is supposed to be one of the new place to be. It offers modern tapas, which is kind of like a fusion with Asian, etc. You will see some of the food in the closing. Thank you very much for watching our vlog from Seville. Safe travels always, and see you very soon in the next vlog from Spain.